This is the M7 173, the top of the range model. I'm pulling a 4-leg shakerator. It's quite easy for this size of tractor. I think it's about 170 horsepower, so not really very hard. I've done about an hour on this tractor so far, so I'm still getting used to it. It's the top spec model, so all bells and whistles, which takes a bit of getting used to. A lot of the settings are done on the touch screen, but you got the buttons there as well, and it's got a vario speed on here, so it takes a little bit of getting used to, which is the same for any tractor. It's not like the old days when you could drive one tractor, you could drive any tractor. You have to have like a bit of a talk through by the dealer to tell you how to drive it first of all, but the first impressions are I like it. It's reasonably easy to drive. It's got a 50k box, air suspension, front suspension, so it rides real nice, comfortable. You know, long days on this is not a problem. Noise level in the cab's very good. Aircon works fine. It's been warm these last few days, so it's kept nice and cool. It can be a bit intimidating when you first jump on a tractor like this, when you're used to bog standard with a touch screen, but once you've got your settings sorted out and you're set up, it's pretty straightforward really. It's like a lot of things, it's just learn it step by step and you're away. But it's not the sort of tractor you want to sort of get on, never been on before, and go and do a complicated job. I started off by just doing some flat rolling, got used to the tractor, and then worked my way up. But this is the first time I've used it for a draft implement, so I'm just getting the hang of setting the controls up. I think just as a matter of preference, while I'm getting used to it, I prefer my button or toggle where I get my speeds rather than having to do the vario. It's just what I've been used to, but I just find it easier to get to the speed I want to get at with my button or toggle switch rather than doing the vario. It's probably just a preference thing. After I've been on this a while, I probably prefer this, but at the moment I don't. Yeah, I understand that if you were baling or using something like a forage box, that vario would be perfect, but when you're cultivating in a field, there isn't really a lot of need for it. I'd much prefer to get into a gear, set it up and away to go, but it's just personal preference. After being on it for a couple of hours, I'm finding I still can't do fast headland turns. I'm finding I'm basically slowing down too much. I just find it so much easier with a headland button, as we got on the other tractor, or just purely with a normal gearbox where you sort of downshift, shuttle back. I just can't seem to get it so that I can slow down enough or too much, nothing in between. I think the vario is really good. It's definitely better for, as I said before, a baling type job or forage box. I just don't see the advantage at the moment in field work. But on the road, the rev and go, where you just basically push the throttle down, it looks after itself. I like that. It's really sort of fatigue free. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but like anything else. On the other Kubota I drive, one of the switches there, or the buttons there, is your gears up and gears down, so it's very muscle memory, makes you want to sort of change gear here and here from what I've learned on the other tractor, so you have to relearn what you're doing. So it's just a shame you can't get like a universal joystick so you don't have to relearn buttons. But that's part of the problem, what slows you down when you start getting tired or whatever, and you start automatically pressing the button thinking you're going to go faster or slower, and you're actually lifting the implement out of the ground. That's just one of those things. It's just going dark, So the lights, nothing to worry about, everything works as it should do. Light switches are just around there. It's all good. There's a headland button just underneath the joystick, which puts a limit on the top speed that you can set on your screen. Makes it a lot more handy to use in the field, more precise. Like when you're backing up to hook up to an implement, you use that mode, and then you use that mode in the field as well. Everything happens at a more gradual. Once you've got it set up on the screen, got your speeds set, it's very easy to use, very useful. Now I've got used to this Vario, I love it. I mean, to start with I wasn't convinced at all, but get it set up properly, and it really is so easy to use. It makes headlands really easy, a lot more control. My sort of concerns about it aren't really sort of playing out to be right. It's obviously the main thing. It would be now whether you could justify the cost of it.